Having a great product or a great service, it's just simply not enough to reach the income goals that you have for your business. Of course, you want a great product and a great service, but you need to pair that with strategic marketing because marketing is how you get people to notice what you've got to offer and care enough to buy it. Now, most people get marketing completely wrong or they overcomplicate it. So let me simplify your marketing for you today and boil it down to just 4 words. That's it. 4 words. And these 4 words, if they flick a switch for you and give you that aha moment, will literally transform everything you do from this point onwards. Because you see, these are the most important words in all of your marketing. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Light and Lines video. I'm Ben Greaves, and if we haven't met before, I'm a content creator and marketer for the building industry. And you see, most builders and architects don't know how to repeatedly land their dream clients and projects. So I created an easy to follow 5-step guide that helps you simplify your message, create great marketing material, connect with customers, grow your business, and land the dream clients and projects that you've always dreamt of. Now, I know a lot of you are short on time, so I've made this guide as practical and straight to the point as I can, and it's completely free. All you have to do is click on the link in the description below, and a copy will be sent right out to you. So with that being said, let's move on and get into today's video. So what I'm going to teach you today is something that was a major light bulb moment for me and completely changed about how I talk about my business and how I serve the guys that I work with. And it's something that 99% of builders I see just haven't learnt yet. You see, having a great product or service, it's simply not enough to reach the income goals that you have for your business. Of course, you want a great product, you want a great service, but you need to pair that with strategic marketing because marketing is how you get people to notice what you've got to offer and care enough to buy it. Now, most people get marketing completely wrong or they overcomplicate it. So let me simplify your marketing for you today and boil it down to just 4 words. That's it. 4 words. And these 4 words, if they flick a switch for you and give you that aha moment, will literally transform everything you do from this point onwards. These are the 4 most important words in all of your marketing. Now grab a pen and paper and write this down. Are you ready? Nobody cares about you. I mean, it sounds pretty harsh, and maybe it is, but it's strategic. And trust me, once you embrace this truth, it'll help you sell more products, sell more services, and allow you get to the income level and business level that you really want to be at. The biggest issue that most people, and especially business owners, face is that they're focused too much on themselves inwardly and they don't focus nearly enough on other people with an outward focus. So business owners, they ask themselves these inward focused questions. What do I need from this business? What are my goals? Am I successful yet? And rarely are they looking outside of themselves and at their audience and asking the opposite of those questions. What do they need in their life? What are their goals? How do they define success? And how can I help them achieve it? And as human beings, we've got limited cognition or brain power. So every moment, every ounce of brain power that we spend on ourselves and thinking about what we want, what we need in our businesses, and I want to grow and blah, 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 is brain power and willpower and cognition that we don't have to focus on looking outward and finding out who our audience is and what they want. And ironically, the only way to get what we want as business owners inward is to give people what they want outward. Makes sense so far? And third, the only way to give them what they want is to actually know what they want in the first place. And the first step to knowing what your audience wants and to get inside their head and read their minds is to embrace these 4 important words. Nobody cares about you. So this means less talking and more listening to your audience. Now, Before I continue, I just want to make a little sidebar here. A lot of you guys, when you've sat down to look at something like who's your ideal client, have probably looked at something like this. Generally speaking, when someone's looking at an ideal client or creating a client avatar, they're looking at demographics. So, things like age, gender, race, religion, employment, location, etc. Now, while those things are okay and they're okay to know, they don't really help you with your marketing and connecting with the type of clients that you actually want to be working with. What you should be thinking about instead, and I'm going to teach you a new word here, is something that's known as psychographics, which you can probably already tell is based on psychology. So what the hell are psychographics? Psychographics is the psychological study of consumers and their attitudes, interests, personality, values, opinions, and lifestyle. Now, psychographics are incredibly valuable for marketing because they identify the beliefs and emotions of an audience, not just their age and their gender. So why are psychographics important? What's the big benefit of these for marketing other than sounding cool and learning a new word? Essentially, if you know how people choose and compare products in your category, you know how to structure and prioritize your content. So if you know their deepest held beliefs, you can align your marketing message more closely to that. If you know what they don't care about, you can dismiss those messages and pull them from your site. And if you know their problems, if you can provide them with solutions, if you know their pain points, you can offer pain relief. If you know what they read, you know where to reach them, and so on and so forth. Psychographics tell you why people buy. They help you craft the right message and put it in the right place. They're less objective and clean, but for marketing, they're super useful. Basically, psychographics help you know your customer, and knowing your customer better makes your marketing better. Now, here are 3 ways that I personally try to listen to my own audience so I can understand them better and get to know what they want so I can give it to them. So number 1, I've got an autoresponder email that goes out to new people who join my mailing list and asks them, how can I help you? Very, very simple. I've pre-written this email. It's very conversational. It's very short. It says, thanks for joining my list. I'm glad to have you here. I want to make content that's helpful to you. So tell me, how can I help you right now? Please respond to this email. And in fact, this email was the very first email that I sent to my mailing list of builders this year, and some of you probably got it. Now, not everyone's going to respond to this, and that's okay. You're never going to get 100% of people responding to 100% of your emails. You're actually never even going to get 100% of people even opening them. But by doing this, by asking this very simple question, how can I help you? You create a system that gets feedback to your inbox on a regular basis, and it's easy. You open your inbox, you'll see responses from time to time from new people who are responding to that email, giving you gold and telling you exactly what they need help with. Then you can go and log all that stuff away for future products, future services, and it'll help you learn how to best sell your products or services to people. Secondly, I get on social media, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you like to live online, and I just simply ask my followers, what's your biggest frustration right now in this niche? So obviously for me, it's marketing and content for builders in the building industry. I'll ask those people that follow me, what's your biggest frustration right now with marketing your business? Not only is this targeted to the right people, but it's completely open-ended. I don't lead the question because I want them to tell me what they're frustrated with. I don't want to prompt them or put ideas in their head because this isn't about me, it's about them. Doing this then gives me a bunch of ideas of what's in their head and what they want, and I can bank that, keep notes on it, so I can come back and create content on it later. And thirdly, and probably the easiest of this, you can simply go to Google, go to YouTube, and start typing in keywords for your niche and looking at what Google and YouTube pre-populate as those suggested searches that you see. So the way this works is these suggested searches are based off of real people typing things into Google and YouTube. So they bring up the most popular search terms related to those keywords, which tells you everything you need to know because it tells you what people are anonymously typing in and searching for. which is exactly what you're looking for. For example, go to Google right now and type in how to lose weight and stop typing. Take a look at what Google pre-populates for you. These are real search terms that people have typed in. And from this, I've learned a couple of things when I did this. I learned that people want to lose weight quickly, but specifically they wanted to lose weight in 2 weeks or less. So pretty interesting. Maybe I can use that if I was a fitness person. If I also learned that people want to lose weight in their face, that's really valuable to me. So if I'm a fitness person, I can then create a product or a mini course or training, or at least use marketing material that focuses on what people want, which is to lose weight in 2 weeks or less, and maybe the face is a problem area for some of these people. So I've got a program or a way to focus on losing weight or losing fat in the face, and I can market that to people. If I type the same thing into YouTube, I find similar results, meaning that people are typing similar stuff in there, which only backs up what you've just learned on Google. But I also get one more nugget, which is that people want to lose weight without doing any exercise. Now, if you're a fitness person, you might laugh at this, but you shouldn't, because this is what people actually want. This is what's in their head. So if you want to sell product, you've got to find a way to give people what they want. And YouTube and Google just told us exactly what people want. So now that you're training yourself to look outward and not inward when it comes to your own business, here are 2 simple and practical ways that you can apply those 4 important words of marketing. Nobody cares about you and your business. I mean, have you noticed that for however long I've been talking, I haven't even told you my name or what it is that I do, because you don't care. You don't care how long I've been in business or who I've worked with or that I do great work or whatever. That's irrelevant to you. And look, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I'd bet that what you care about is something like, can I get a golden nugget of info from this guy that can actually help me in my business and make things just that little bit easier for me? And this is where so many of you out there get this wrong. I mean, it's not your fault. You've just never been told otherwise. I'd bet that most of you have gone to whoever does your website and asked them, what info do I need to put in here? And they've told you that you need to have how long you've been in business. You need to tell everyone that you're honest, you're reliable, you do great work. You need to tell them that you believe in quality, you've got great communication, and you're trustworthy, whatever. And to all of that, the answer is no shit. I mean, it really is. And everyone says the same crap. And guess what? Trustworthy people don't need to tell other people that they're trustworthy. What did you think to yourself the last time someone said, mate, trust me? I bet you thought, yeah, right, you're full of shit. And telling people that you do great work, I mean, great work's just the minimum that you should do. That's literally what your clients are paying you for. So you're literally just telling them, I do my job. And guess what? If your work was shit, they'll tell you. So please, the next time you sit down with anyone to look at the copy on your site and the messaging on your site, if they tell you that you need to put how long you've been in business or tell you that you need to mention anything about how good you are, get up and leave that meeting, because they're 100% going to waste your money and they're going to deliver the same mediocre crap that builders' websites have said for decades. It's just not good enough anymore, because, okay, you do good work. So does the next guy, and the guy after him, and the guy after him. You can get the job done on time and on budget. So can the next guy. There's 100 builders out there who can get the job done on time and on budget and deliver a project that the client's going to love. And again, that's the bare minimum that your client expects. So what the hell is going to make someone want to work with you compared to the other guy? Well, let me tell you, there are 2 things that your audience actually cares about when it comes to your product or your service. And the first of these is benefits rather than the features. So we as product and service developers are obsessed with our products and services. And so we focus on the features, what comes with those products and services. And so we create our sales or marketing copy, the actual words that we use all around our materials. And we tend to focus on these features and what they're going to get and what's included when they buy. But ironically, no one in the history of the human race has ever bought anything based on its features. Sure, we might justify our purchase later by bringing up the features and the bullet points, but that's never how we buy. We always buy based off benefits. What benefit am I getting by buying this thing or signing up for this service? And if you understand this, this is huge. So let me give you an example of features versus benefits in two different markets, okay? And I'm gonna go back to fitness examples because it's a really easy one. If I've got a business that has a fitness workout training program and I wanted to sell it, here are some of the features of that program. Okay, it's 12 DVDs or it's 12 video modules. It includes a meal plan, a free shaker cup, and you get free access to a private community. These would be features of the workout program. But here's how you'd look at that training program through the lens of benefits. This program will help you lose 30 kilos in 8 weeks by following the step-by-step plan. You'll know exactly what to eat every day and how quickly to prepare it. And you'll get built-in accountability and encouragement so you won't give up. You see the difference there? Both are true, but people don't buy DVDs. They don't buy shaker cups and private Facebook groups. They buy what those things give them. They buy weight loss. They buy a specific amount of time without having to think about it. Just a done for you, hand-holding, step-by-step plan. Please just tell me what to do. They buy accountability and encouragement and all of the things that they don't have. Those are benefits to them, and that's a benefit rather than a feature. Here's another example, and this is a real world one from my own business when I'm speaking with prospective clients. A lot of people come to me telling me that they struggle with their social media. It takes up so much time, it does their head in, having to take all these images on their phone while they're out running around on site, and it pulls them away from the actual work that they're getting paid to do. Then they get home or they go back to the office, then they've got to sit there, work out what images they like, which ones they actually want to use, then edit them, create the posts that are going to end up in their social media feeds, and it takes up a massive amount of their time. That's what they tell me. Now, I could sit here and I could say, well, that's great. Well, when you work with me, I work with this camera and this lens and I edit in that program and my equipment's really expensive and I'm really good because I've been doing this for this long, but they don't give a shit about that. They've literally just told me their problems. Instead, what I tell them is, when you're working with me and I help you with this, not only am I coming out to your site monthly, creating all the content that you need for a month's worth of posts, but I've just given you hours of your time back because you no longer have to do this yourself. I've given you peace of mind because you can now rest easy knowing that it's done and it's taken care of, which frees you up to do other things. And your prospective clients and the people that land on your feed instantly now see nothing but high-level professional content from this point moving forward, which is going to make them more likely to want to click through to your website to learn more about you. So let's take a sec to look at that and see what I did there. They've told me their problem. They don't have time because they're doing this themselves. They've also told me that the quality isn't the greatest because they're doing this themselves and they're not a photographer. I've then told them that the benefit of working with me is they get nothing but professional work and they get hours of their time back. So here's a question for you guys. How many of you at one point in time or another have said, I don't have enough time, or there's not enough hours in the day to get this done? So if someone says to you, I can literally give you that time back and now you're free to take care of other things that you know you need to take care of, would that be valuable to you? But that's not how most people speak to their clients. That's not how most people sell. And don't be mistaken, that right there, that's selling. How many of you, just with a quick raise of hands, hate selling? Well, when you get this stuff right, you're not selling anything. You're not convincing someone of anything. If you need to convince, you've failed. Someone has a problem, you're offering a solution to that problem, and you can make this go away, and this is the benefit that you get when you do it. Does that sound like it could be good for you? How much would you be prepared to pay for that solution? Great. Sign here, press hard. It's not rocket science. Learn to distill what the true benefits of your product or your service are as viewed through the eyes of your customer or your audience member, and then feature those benefits prominently through all your sales and all your marketing material everywhere it lives. Now, the second way to apply these 4 words of marketing that nobody cares about you is that people do care about solutions, not credentials. This one's similar to benefits in some ways, but it's different. And then it's more personal as it relates to you. And I'm going to call you out right now because I know you're like me because you're a human. And that is that you and I, we're insecure. We're afraid that we're not credible enough to be selling or charging what we're charging or having a business. We're afraid that we don't have enough credentials or enough proof that we're worth receiving their money or the amount of money that we want to get paid. This is one of the biggest roadblocks for business owners out there, that this fear that I'm not good enough or I'm not credible enough to charge people, aka your customers. They don't buy credentials. They don't pay for credentials. They don't care about credentials. They care about solutions to the problems that are real to them and real in their life. So you've got to know what those problems are, and then you've got to deliver a solution. And when it comes to credentials, in fact, the only real credential that people actually care about is, can you deliver the solution? Can you get me results? That's it. So if your product or your service delivers results to people who care, who cares about how credible you are or what degrees or what certifications you have? I mean, your customers don't, so you shouldn't either. A good example of this is something called the freelance arc, and it's not an industry specific thing, but it's something that's relevant to almost all service-based businesses, and that's what building is. It's a service-based industry. So the concept is, when you start out wanting to sell a service, the only way you can sell that service is if you can prove to people that you can get them results. The only way to prove that you can get them results is build up a portfolio of past works that shows what you're capable of. So I'll use a photographer, for example, and this is a really common one. So you're a photographer, and if you have a portfolio of actual pictures that you've taken of families or wedding or products or people, senior portraits, whatever it is, if you have a portfolio, I as a potential customer can look at it and immediately know if you can get me results or not, because your pictures either look good to me or they don't. It's very simple. I don't care if you went to photo school or if you're a professional photographer that's got big credits in all these magazines, because all I see is your product and your results. And in the building space, since that's what you all are, it's the same thing. You get a portfolio built up of your past projects that you've worked on, whether that's through photos or video or both, so they can press play and experience something that you've built and go, wow, that looks really good. Those are results. I trust what he or she can do. I want to hire him or her. The other really powerful thing for this is testimonials. Testimonials are your results. So you want to either get testimonials from people who've used you so people can see what kind of results you've gotten them. Now, I'm just going to put it out there now because I'm going to give you guys a training on this, but most testimonials I see for builders are pretty crap. And I'm sorry, but it's true. They were nice and friendly and they showed up on time. Isn't doing a damn thing to get you any additional business. There's a science to a great testimonial and a formula that has to be followed if you want them to be powerful enough for people to take action. Like I said, though, that's going to be a different training for a different day, so you've got to join me for another video again for that one. But in a nutshell, though, testimonials need to prove that you can solve a problem. I don't have to have credentials. I don't have to have certifications. I've got something better, which is results. And that's what people pay for. They want solutions. They don't care about you. They don't care about your credentials. They don't care about your experience. They care about what you can do for them and can you solve their problems. So if you want to sell more products or sell more services, then you've got to up your marketing game. But the good news is that marketing is so simple and it comes down to this one thing. Nobody cares about you. Instead, they care about themselves. And if you understand this, then you can create more compelling sales, more compelling marketing copy that's focused on benefits, not features, and solutions and not credentials, and your products and your services will sell better. But guys, that's going to be it for me with this one. I hope you've learned something. I hope you found it valuable and it's now got you thinking about changes that you can make to your own marketing to really make this take off. and get some of those clients that you've been speaking to converted so they're starting to sign those contracts with you instead of somebody else. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. Hit the subscribe button to stay updated on these videos, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out.